Hey guys, Sorrow and Disney here. It is my birthday officially. I'm 33 years old. It's insane, isn't it? I don't look 33, do I? Leave no comments, please. So, last night was the second of opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights. So now I'm going to give my official opinions on opening weekend, and I'm going to tie in team member preview as well. So my first 3 nights at the event this year. We're going to talk about what I was anticipating, the list I had, the top 4 scare zones I had originally, and the top 8 houses I had originally, and how much those lists changed throughout these last 3 days of the event. So, I will say real quick before we get started, like I said, it is my birthday today, so if you see me in the park, it's a possibility, and say hello. I do accept well wishes, birthday wishes, retweets, favorites from celebrities. Just say hey if you'd like to. Owen, happy birthday. So I totally appreciate it. I very much enjoy birthday wishes. It's just something I like. Now, I will state that earlier today I actually did some swimming. I went to the pool and hung out at both of the pools at Cabana Bay, and I did the lazy river, and I laid out in the jacuzzi. I rode the water slide. Everything was good and great. And I cannot wait to be going back to Cabana Bay December 8th. So I'm very excited. Not very long at all. It's official as of tonight. Actually, it was official as of August 8th, but I did not get the documentation saying such. I will be staying at Bay Lake Tower for first day of my December trip. So December 3rd, I will be going to Bay Lake Tower. Very excited to do that. The 4th through the 7th, I'll be at Pop for reunion, and the 8th to the 11th, I'll be back here at Cabana Bay. So I'm very excited for this trip. Should be really fun, really enjoyable time. Very excited for December's trip. Now, still haven't found the debit card. Whoops. Hopefully I'll be able to get a new one, like, overnighted to me somehow. And I check into Pop tomorrow, so we'll talk about that when I get there. Hopefully I'll have a better view than I usually do. I have a view of the parking lot normally. Great view here at Cabana Bay, and I love this place. I'm actually going later, as soon as I get done with this vlog, I'm going to go over to Galaxy Bowl and probably shoot some video there, and I'm going to do some bowling. Because you know what? F it, dude, let's go bowling. Because it's the Big Lebowski bowling alley, so, not the exact one, but it's based upon it, and I really would love to go chill out there. So, Walter and the dude won't be there, but I'm sure it's going to be a grand time. Much looking forward to that. And later today, I'm going to be going to the Blue Man Group. So if you are at the 4 showing of the Blue Man Group today on the 21st of September, please, by all means, say hello, like wave me over. I'll be wearing my AJ Lee t-shirt. I thought Love Bites was an appropriate line for my birthday, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So, that being said, let's talk about opening weekend. Obviously, as you remember from yesterday's video, the weather did not cooperate opening night. Only got 5 houses, plus 2 run-throughs of Halloween. Did Bill and Ted and Rocky Horror, so that was a successful night in a different way. Did not get a chance to go through Bayou, did not get a chance to go through Face Off, but spent a lot of time going through The Purge and Masquerade. So let's talk about last night, shall we? The weather gods were smiling upon us all last night because we actually got good weather. We actually didn't have a drop of rain after the mid-afternoon. Like, did the Unmasking the Horror tours. They were spectacular. Loved them. Hung out with Behind the Thrills. That was really cool. And I saw Tim and Jen. I met the Orlando United group. That was pretty cool, even though I didn't meet the Orlando United group. So there. Yeah, that was really awesome. Those are really cool people. Definitely get a chance to hang out with them. Got to see David again with my tour guide once more, just like I thought he would be and hoped he would be. Got a buttload of pictures, so several hundred pictures of all 6 houses I got to go through. The only houses I did not get to go through were Dracula Untold, no big loss there. And, of course, Giggles and Gore, which you're going to quickly find out is becoming one of my absolute favorites of the year. Now, that's being taken care of. I'm going to talk about what happened last night. Now, last night, there was a question mark if I was going to be hanging out with anyone because Joe wasn't able to make it. or it was really tedious if he was going to make it or not. And John basically said he probably wasn't going. Well, I got a message from him midway through the Unmasking the Horror Tour saying he was going, so I hung out with John and his friend Ian, so we hung out. That was really awesome, walking around the parks with Psycho Massacre Films. The goal last night was to get everything in that I was not able to accomplish on opening night. And the reason why is because I had, that's weird, I know, sorry. I had a experience on preview night being able to hit all 8 houses, and there were a couple of houses I've not been able to see as of the end of opening night. So, obviously I've seen them all, but I wanted to see them when they were show ready, 100%, like, on in every aspect, firing on all cylinders, and I did not get a chance to go through everything, like I said, opening night, yesterday's video, so I wanted another shot. I wanted another shot at The Walking Dead. I wanted another shot at Dracula Untold. I wanted another shot at From Dusk Till Dawn, and I wanted to be able to fully more solidify my favorites of the event, so let's talk about this, shall we? We got in a little bit later than normal. They actually held us back at the entrance to a Kid Zone, and they finally let us go through. Met up with John and Ian. We went to Roanoke Cannibal Colony. I will state right now that Roanoke's getting better. It's getting better. 2 things. Number 1, I like Ben Franklin, as you'll see on Psycho Massacre Films video that we shot last night. And that would be the S character in the finale room up top right before the Wendigos come out and ruin your day. So, or do they? That's just a rumor, or is it? So yes, Wendigo's all over the maze, so maybe it's possible that Wendigo's not even in there. You never know. I mean, sure, maybe he is, maybe he's not. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I'm not going to say. Maybe it's opposite day, maybe I'm saying opposite. Either way, the finale better this time. The walkthrough was a lot better. I like Roanoke a little bit more every time I go through it, even though it's my normal house. Obviously, it's the parade building, so it's the first thing I jump to, because it's a good let out right by Dollhouse. Dollhouse lets out by Halloween, so it works really well. Speaking of Dollhouse, Dollhouse was next, and Dollhouse is creepy as always. Very enjoyable house. I love this house in every way possible. Olfactory effects, I really enjoy that. It's kind of like going through a Figment, but in the totally wrong way. Baby powder, and another very distinct odor that is permeating throughout the house as well. That was pretty cool. Confirming right now, confirming is not a way to pronounce it, but confirming what everybody has heard right now, I will state without a doubt that it is true. It's completely true. Chucky is in Dollhouse of the Damned. You just have to look for him. I can't say where he is. I will show you a picture where he is. I'll actually put that up eventually. But I can't say exactly where he is. So, he's in there. I'll promise you he's in there. But I'm not saying where. So Dollhouse got into Halloween. And Halloween still absolutely intense in every way possible. Literally, it's in a sprung tent. Intense. Get it? Yeah, I know. I'll be here all week. I'll be leaving here. But I'll be in Orlando all week. So there you go. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this, as I normally do, and Halloween is amazing. Dr. Loomis finally, and got to see The Thing and the Silver Shamrock commercial on the television screen, so that's really cool. And Halloween gets better every time. Day or night, Halloween is a phenomenal house, and definitely one to see. So, at this point, it was kind of like, alright, it's close to time, let's go watch Bill and Ted, because the AP event allows you for those 3 houses, plus the first showing of Bill and Ted, and pretty premium seats, as best as you could be, as long as you got in on time. We were towards the middle. I was actually on the end, and Bill and Ted actually had some more different jokes from... Let's kind of tweak some things, a little bit more improv, tweak some things in the show, and hashtag the other one, my God, right in front of me the whole time. That girl's amazing. But yes, that's all I'm going to say. I will say the show's great, the songs are definitely there, the show's growing on me completely, and it was already there, I just love it even more every time. I love the callback 3 different times for a very specific character from a Oscar-nominated film. I thought that was amazing, and I love the payoff. It's awesome. I will also state that, number one, I really want a snow cone right now. That's a shoot. And if you watch the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And another thing I really enjoyed is during the, right before the, what Dr. Jimmy deemed the singing and dancing for no reason, when they have the big choreographed fight scene like they had with the George Lucas, the Star Wars, all that stuff last year. Basically, they do some really interesting things. Ted, I know for a fact, is a big wrestling fan, and you could probably tell last year with the Daniel Bryan yes, yes, yes during the also choreographed fight scene right before the finale. And I will state right now that there are some really interesting things. There's some Hulk Hogan poses, and at one point I thought it was great because I talked to Ted somehow on social media, and I said bring the wrestling references in full effect. Wrestling fans, you will not be disappointed. Watch Ted during this, and you might see a very familiar two dudes with attitudes pose from Bill and Ted, Diesel and Shawn Michaels. Very awesome, very incredible. Bill and Ted's great this year, and I look forward to seeing it again at least 4 more times during the rest of this year, since I'm only going to be here until last day will be the 28th. So, after Bill and Ted, it was like, okay, let's go to Giggles and Gore, let's bypass it, because right now, it's not a good idea to go through it, due to the fact that we obviously understand that when Rocky lets out, Bill and Ted lets out, they filter into Giggles and Gore. So it's like, okay, fine, let's save it for a little bit later. And we ended up going to Dracula, and I'll state right now, there's a good scare, really good scare I did not see the last time I went through Dracula Untold, and that's it. It looks nice, but it's just kind of blah for me. It's probably going to be for a while. Hopefully they'll be more on point next weekend. We'll see, I guess. So, I will also state that I got to go through From Dusk Till Dawn again, and I know, wasn't really impressed on preview night. It picked up a little bit better, and every run-through is getting a little bit better. After doing the Unmasking the Horror Tour, I actually like the house a whole lot more. I think it still looks amazing. Very attractive characters inside the house. I definitely love the female dancing vampires. That's pretty over with me. And love the Gecko Brothers being in there. That's really cool. The walkthrough this time was great. Very good. Hit all the scares at the right points. Barker was awesome. Different lines this time around. Yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn's getting better every time. So, unfortunately, John and Ian had to leave right after we did The Walking Dead. So we ended up doing The Walking Dead, waiting forever for The Walking Dead, and I'll state right now, like I said before, if you're not a fan of the show, you may not like this house because it's had a very adverse effect on me. I have not been a fan of any run-through I've had of The Walking Dead, end of the line. It's a good house for fans. It looks good. It hits all the high spots you need to hit. The cast seem like they care. Their scares are there, it's just, other than the big spot, which I love very much, and the word big is covered up now, some interesting reason. I am guessing there is another store chain that's probably up in arms about their logo being portrayed the way it is. Just speculation, I don't know anything, I'm just thinking that probably might be what it is. The reason why big is covered up, so yeah. There's a lot of problems with that logo, apparently. So, yeah. Did like the scare in the big spot. Do like the finale. Very disorienting. I enjoyed that. But, yeah. It's not there. It's just not there. John and Ian left, and they went through Bayou and Face Off, which I did not get a chance to go through since preview night, actually. I still haven't seen The Sacrifice. Hopefully I'll see that on next week. That's what I'm looking forward to. Spent a lot of time in The Purge, got some auction footage, got some footage of the truck showing up, and I got some footage from Masquerade, so that's on the channel right now. So it was like, alright, there's 2 houses left, I really need to do this. Joe unfortunately had to back out the last minute, no issues, things happen sometimes. I'll get to hang out with him later today, actually. We're going to Hollywood Studios for Frozen stuff later, at least that's the plan as of right now. So, I will state that we actually got into Giggles and Gore next. That was the next house. It was like, okay, 45 minutes. It's 11:15, 45 minutes. I'm thinking in my mind, if I can get through this, no, it's like 11:08, yeah, almost 11:10, yeah, time's kind of running away with me. So, yeah, if I can get in this house, get through the house, make a beeline AVP, I could be in line for AVP before midnight, so officially I can go through AVP as my last house and hit 8-1. Well, went through Giggles and Gore. I love this house. I absolutely love this house. The scares were on point. They hit at all cylinders. I love, I really love Harley Quinn in the house, whether you can call her or not. I will call her our Harlequin, and I love that. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's like devilishly evil. I like that. It's a good comparison. Very Chance-like too, so yeah. Maybe somewhat more of a nod to Chance than Harley Quinn, but I still, it's Harley Quinn, it just is. Ever since I mentioned the Heath Joker, I've not seen that character, so maybe he's been dealt with. Or maybe somebody heard something about it. Or maybe I just got the different cast, who knows. I haven't been able to see that cast again, I've only seen the other cast, so. It seems like another group of them are in both casts. I know that's not possible, but it seems like I'm seeing the same people every time, so maybe they just changed up the makeup. It's possible. Maybe that Joker makeup was only for preview night, and that was it. We'll see. We'll see as it progresses. I love this house in every way possible. 2 gats in the house. When it says don't press the button, obviously it's opposite day. I'll just say that. And the blender. The blender inside, there is a room that has the blender, Jack's blender, from one of the Jack shows. And if you press the right button, you're going to hear blending sounds. I'll just put it that way. I like the finale. I like the discard. I think it works really well. And let's just say it's not over until it's over. So there's that. Giggles and Gore is phenomenal. I love this house. I don't care what anybody says. It's got a lot of backlash online. Don't care. This house is awesome. Made a beeline past the Purge. Seems like Scare Zone shut down at 11 when the park closes at 12. Maybe you're wrong on that, but it's certainly seemed that way. A lot of people taking pictures in front of the bus, and maybe 1 or 2 characters were out, but not really. Got an AVP. Got through the AVP line. Met some really nice guys. Hung out with them in line. That was really cool. Very enjoyable. From Great Britain, I believe. And yeah, I believe they're on the Orlando United forum, so it was really nice to chat with you guys. Really cool. I also will state that Heads Up is a necessity if you are in a group, because me, John, and Ian all played Heads Up like non-stop inside the lines for Dracula and The Walking Dead, and it seemed like those lines went like that. So yes, it kills a lot of time, and Heads Up really needs to be a Halloween Horror Nights app that they sell in the parks to further promote the event next year. I think that's a brilliant idea. Halloween Horror Nights themed Heads Up, I think that would be really great, and I think a lot of fans would buy into it without a doubt. AVP. Okay, this is the first time I've been through Alien vs. Predator since preview night. I really enjoyed it on preview night. It was really good. Did the Unmasking the Horror Tour. I got some nice Xenomorph selfies, and that was pretty cool, and you can check some of those out on the my Twitter feed right now. But AVP, still claustrophobic, still fun. Love the Xenomorph puppets. Oh my god, they're intense. And the Predator a couple of times. The one that just came out of nowhere. The other one, of course, looked like he was static, and then, no, right up in your face, and that was great. And I will say right now that the finale of the house is one of my favorite scares of the year, and unfortunately, they were not doing it. They actually rerouted us and did not do it, so it sucked. It actually brought down AVP a bit. So based upon that experience, after that oh, by the way, real quick, you're curious, after that it was the game of, okay, where's Owen going to eat now? Everyone's gone, I'm not hanging out with anybody else, and of course before to do that, I actually took a survey, because I got asked by a team member if I wanted to take a Halloween Horror Nights survey, and I was like, hell yeah, I want to take a Halloween Horror Nights survey. I want to talk about the event, just like I did last year. I enjoyed myself so much, I want to put the event over and put over A&D and all the awesome creations, both Maze, Scare Zone, and shows. That's not both, that's all 3, but still, that's how it works. Now, I will state real quick that I went to NASCAR. No. And went and asked where I could eat somewhere. Bubba Gump? No, shut down. Margaritaville. Alright, sure. Go to Margaritaville, band's playing. Really good band, very enjoyable band. And food was okay, service not the greatest, and not how I wanted to start my birthday, but yeah, it happens. So, let's talk about my anticipated and not least anticipated lists as they have changed throughout the event and the 3 nights I've been able to experience Halloween Horror Nights in the right. So, my Scare Zone list, my number 4 was Masquerade. My number 3 was Bayou of Blood. My number 2 was Face Off in the Flesh. And my number 1 was The Purge. After 3 nights of the event, my number 4 is now Face Off, because I haven't got a chance to really see it properly yet. I've seen a little bit on preview night, looked nice, but still not quite there. Number 3 is actually Bayou of Blood. Still haven't seen The Sacrifice yet, but I love the ambient green lighting and a lot of great characters inside. The girl that looks like Lisa Bonet's character from Angel Heart, I thought that was really nice. No Wyatt family, which sucks, but still, I really enjoy it. And, but it's number 3. Number 2 is actually Masquerade Unstitched. This Scare Zone is awesome, and when it's hitting on all cylinders, when you have the stilts out, when you have all the characters out, this is awesome. It's creepy. The ambient lighting, I love the chandelier high above. I love the Scare Zone. It's great. And in another year, this would easily be number 1 for me. But that being said, number 1, without a doubt, without any question, is The Purge. And I love The Purge. I love the fire in The Purge. I love the chainsaws in The Purge. I love the characters in The Purge. I love the auction in The Purge. I love all the ambient lighting in The Purge. I like the Purge siren going off. That's really awesome. It even mentions Universal Orlando whenever they're talking about the actual Purge announcement. I really wish I could see the opening ceremony, but unfortunately I won't be able to. So yeah, the Purge gets better every single time walking through it. I finally got to see the truck, finally got to see the dirt bikes, finally got to see a lot of the characters that I recognize from Purge Anarchy. Most of the characters lately that I saw preview night and opening night were from the original movie, the original Purge, with the smiling masks. And this time around, a lot more from the sequel. So yeah, that was really cool, very enjoyable. My list for houses now, I will say that my number 8 was Roanoke Cannibal Colony. My number 7 is Dollhouse of the Damned. My number 6 was Dracula Untold Reign of Blood. My number 5 was From Dusk Till Dawn. My number 4 was The Walking Dead End of the Line. My number 3 was Giggles and Gore Incorporated. Number 2 was Halloween. And number 1 was Alien vs. Predator. After 3 event nights, I can honestly say my number 8 right now is Dracula Untold Reign of Blood. It may not be a popular choice, but just that's how it works. Sorry. I'm honest. Number 7 is The Walking Dead End of the Line. I know it's going to be a lot higher on most of your lists, but then again, you guys watch the show. I don't. Number 6 is Roanoke Cannibal Colony. Like I said, it's getting better every time, and doing the Unmasking the Horror Tour, I have a picture, and it's on my Twitter feed if you want to see it. There is a severed head that is up in a noose. That kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? And it is a spitting image of Dave Coulier. So, yes, apparently Alanis Morissette is now in art and design, and apparently he got caught and they just had to simply cut it out. So, yeah. Yeah, there's always that. And Ben Franklin. Yes, Ben Franklin. Number 5 is From Dusk Till Dawn, which actually stayed the same. I'm liking this house more and more every single walkthrough. Sexy female vampires, really true to the series and the movie. Gecko Brothers, really good. Santanico Pandemonium, really good. I like the distraction scare there. That's really good. And the finale works. I like this. It's getting better and better every time I go through it. This is bad, and I feel horrible about it. I think it's probably because I haven't had great run-throughs. Number 4 is actually Alien vs. Predator. The reason why number 4 is Alien vs. Predator at this very moment is because, like I said, the Crouch wasn't there last night. The characters, the puppets are phenomenal. If it was rated on just puppets alone, this was great, but I still think Werewolf is better. But I would honestly say that this is really visually pleasing. I really enjoy the house, but it's still got 3 houses better than it right now. Maybe it'll go up in the list, perhaps, after next week. We'll see what happens after Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week, so we'll see. But right now, AVP is number 4. I feel bad about that. I'm sorry. I did a lot of thinking what 2 and 3 were, and I flip-flopped them a bunch, but I think after last night I can probably say this. Number 3 is Dollhouse of the Damned. I really enjoy Dollhouse of the Damned, and it's great because it's gone up from 7 to 3, so that's great. Great jump from Dollhouse. I like this house a lot. Scary, creepy, intense, literally. And I really like the characters in the house. I like the images in the house. I like the imagery in the house. I like a lot of distraction scares in the house. There is a ballerina scare in the house, which I enjoy somewhat. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it for what it was, and Dollhouse getting better every time. Don't think it's going to get higher than 3 at this point, but we'll see what happens. Number 2 is actually Giggles and Gore Incorporated, and in another year, I can honestly say this would be my number 1, but there's something that's a lot more of a powerhouse this year. Giggles and Gore is a house that a lot of people are not taking to, but I've had great run-throughs every time. Not had a dud yet. I've had solid run-throughs of the house every time. I like the facade, very Leave It to Cleaver-ish, mixed with H&R Blood and Guts. Nice ode to those. I like the nods to, like I said, Harley Quinn, and I like the clowns, the way they look. I like the gats in the house. They're really awesome. I really like the way it looks. I like the way it sounds. I like everything about it with the exception of the Q line, which is very awkward and very slow-moving. But, yeah, this house is great. I'd like to have seen Jack in this house, but you know what? Even without him, I still love this house, and better every time. Don't care what anybody says. I love this house. Number 1, if you believed anything else, you probably just haven't paid attention to these videos yet. Number 1's Halloween. My God, Halloween is incredible. The movie is iconic. Everyone knows the movie. Everyone knows the kills in the movie. Everyone knows the scares from the movie. And this puts you right in the movie. You're literally... It's like you were Danny Madigan in Last Action Hero. You got the golden ticket. So you get the golden ticket and you jump right into Halloween and you see what everyone else sees. I mean, the scares are great in this house. Michael Myers is literally everywhere. And everything hits. Everything hits full. I mean, last night, unfortunately, there were a couple of scares that just weren't there. But then again, it was a late walkthrough, so I wasn't able to make it, which is a shame, but still, it worked somewhat. I will honestly say that I enjoy Halloween, and I can't wait to see it again. Excellent house. Best house of the year right now. Don't think there's any competition. AVP probably will get better as the event goes on, maybe after I've already gone, maybe just as early as next week. We'll find out what happens. But yeah, that's what I've got right now. So... a lot of changes. Masquerade went from 4 to 2. Bayou went from... actually, it didn't move. It stayed at 3. Face Off went from 2 to 4. And The Purge remained at 1. Now, big jumps for the houses. Roanoke started at 8 and now it's at 6. Dollhouse went from 7 to 3. Great jump there. Dracula went from 6 to 8. It downplayed, so it went down horribly. From Dusk Till Dawn stayed at 5, but I still think it actually could go up. I think it may pass AVP, depending on how AVP works for the rest of the event. Who knows? Walking Dead took a nice dive from 4 to 7. Giggles and Gore went up to 2, which is awesome. I don't think it's going to go any higher. Halloween went from 2 to 1, which is no surprise there. AVP sadly went from 1 to 4, but... we'll see. We'll see next weekend. Hopefully the weather holds out for us, and we'll have a great second weekend of Halloween Horror Nights. And who knows, maybe we'll get a good guy coming to see us next year. I think that's actually going to happen. We'll talk about that in speculation later on. So, in the meantime, it's my birthday. I'm going to go bowling. I'm going to go have me some dinner, and then I'm going to go renew my annual pass, go watch the Blue Man Group, and then go hang out with Joe for the night. So that's the plan. So, in the meantime, it is my birthday, so if you'd like to send any birthday well wishes, or you want to retweet, or you want to send to your favorite celebrity, say, it's Owen's birthday, you should retweet him, or tweet him happy birthday or something. Penn and Teller, for sure. Kevin Smith, for sure. Different wrestlers, obviously. Anna Kendrick would be nice. And, obviously, Halloween Horror Nights Orlando Twitter feed was great to retweet me and favorite me. No follow yet, but follow Friday next week. Fingers crossed. If you'd like to get a hold of me and make some sort of a plan to see me for a spell during the event next year. Next year, wow, long day. Next week, I will be in the event with my dad and my stepmom on Thursday night. Friday, I'll be with my stepmom. Saturday is up in the air right now, but it looks like it's probably going to be with Joe, and Sunday will probably be with Joe as well. So yeah, we've got some really awesome stuff coming up. And if you want to meet me at the event, you want to see me at the event, first thing you can do, Facebook, Owen Disney, Twitter, @SirOwenDisney. You can send me a message via my email, which was sirowen@gmail.com. Tell me you want to hang out at the event. I met a couple of you at the event. It was nice to see everyone, and hopefully I'll run into you more during the event. I'll be going over to Disney property, so you can probably see me walking around filming at Disney next week, so at least for 3 days. And then if you see me, just say hello, wave hi, and we'll chat for a minute, so that'd be pretty cool. So in the meantime, that is my opening weekend plus preview night recap, and hopefully you guys and girls out there enjoyed that. I'm going to go get my bowling on, and until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.